We're already standing here on the property. This is one of the special tracts, I guess you'd say, at Wild Turkey Valley. They're all special tracts. Beautiful area. This happens to be one of the tracts that has direct frontage on the National Forest, and it also has a power line going right over it, as well as an existing approach. You can see some kind of purple cable there. So we're parked right on the county road. This is looking north on the county road, so property on the right. And as we were looking south before, of course the land was on the left. There we go, looking right into the sun. That should be an awful photo. But you'll get the idea. This is really a nice property. I was on this once. I walked in about 100 feet and that was it. So this is my second look at it. I'm just gonna go over the purple hose. Purple in Missouri indicates a no trespassing sign. It means the same as a no trespassing sign. So if you see purple painted on trees out here, that's the same as posting a no trespassing sign. And right away we get to the power line. Fantastic, runs right across the property. Feel free to go off grid. A lot of people love that, but it sure is nice to have power if you want it. And oftentimes, years down the road when you sell the property, and you may never sell it, but if you do sell it, power is generally a selling point. Now this is already more than I've seen on the property, and I'm going to keep this short. I'm just going to go in a little bit. I'll keep the camera running and we'll see what we can see. But I could see on the aerial map that this was basically all wooded. No recent logging here. This looks like some type of trail. I can't really tell for sure. But we're back a couple 100 feet off the county road. It's already super private. So this could potentially be a really good building site or camping site. A brush hog could clean this up. You can't mow over those large trees, but the smaller stuff, a brush hog would easily clean up. A decent brush hog will mow trees up to about the size of a pop can. So it can make short work of that little open area. Would really pretty it up. Now the land kind of rises up as we look to the left, which would be the north. And there does appear to be a wet weather creek on this, which is pretty cool. There's a source of gravel if you need it for a building site or whatnot. A lot of nice timber on this property. As I say on all the videos with timber, once the property's been paid for in full, then you can do what you want with the timber. You'll have full rights to it once the property's been paid for in full. You can cut it, you can sell it, you can use it to build a log cabin, whatever you want to do. But while you're making payments, the timber cannot be cut or sold or disturbed, other than for trails and building sites, and we can give you written permission for that. That is generally not a problem at all. I'm just basically wandering back to the east here to see what I can see. If I were to keep going, we'd get to the National Forest. So like I said earlier, there's some nice pines up there and oaks. Sun is going behind a cloud. It is fiendishly hard to find properties, in the first place, that border the National Forest. In the second place, that border the National Forest and have county road frontage. That is even more fiendishly hard. But then when you throw in the power line, it's kind of like the perfect storm of awesomeness in my mind. In all the years we've been doing this, we've only had one other small development that had all those things. And that wasn't actual National Forest frontage. It was state conservation land frontage. So there was a couple thousand acres of public land for hunting and recreation. But this borders the Big Daddy. This borders the Mark Twain National Forest. So you can go directly from your property into your 10,000 acre backyard You can hunt there, you can camp there, there are miles of trails there, rivers and creeks. I mean, it's just pretty darn awesome. You can build your home or cabin or have your campsite on your own property and just go directly into that public land. It belongs to all of us here in the United States, all of the residents. So that's pretty darn amazing. So you add that to the fact that we've got county road frontage. You can get here basically all year in any type of vehicle on the county maintained road. And you've got electric service directly on the property. I mean, when we talk to the hundreds of realtors we talk to, we kind of give them a wish list of what we want. And when they see those things together, they always laugh at us. They say, well, you know, that really to be on the Mark Twain National Forest, it's going to have to be really secluded and blah, blah, blah. And if you get lucky enough to have a road, a county road or a forest road, there's not going to be power, blah, blah, blah. And we're like, yeah, well, we know, but that's what we want. That's the cream of the crop. And every now and then we put a deal together where things just work out beautifully. And this is one of those cases. So now that I've rambled on about this property and how awesome it is, I'm wishing I could spend a little more time out here. And honestly, this part without the big timber is probably not even the prettiest part of the property. Probably if I went to the north or south just a little bit on this property and we got into some hardwoods, it would be prettier yet. Unfortunately, I'm in a little bit of a rush today. I didn't even schedule the time to make this video. But as I was out in the area, I thought, oh man, that is a nice one. So I made a detour. We're back to the power line. Let's walk to the south just a little bit. And as soon as we kind of rise up, we get into those hardwood trees. You can see those oaks and those hickories. I mean, this is just pretty darn awesome. Love this property. Such a usable property, and the bonus is this is a property that you'd do well to hang on to. As the land gets more and more expensive nationwide, excuse me, land gets more and more expensive nationwide, this stuff on the National Forest just goes up and up in value. I've seen it happen in other states. It's beginning to happen in Missouri. You can get in on the ground floor. There comes a price point where it's no longer feasible for the average hunter to own 40 or 80 or 100 acres, 160 acres. So they start looking for stuff that borders the National Forest so they can afford the property and hunt that National Forest. And the smaller acreage on the National Forest, it does that. And not only can the hunters use this, but they know they can get here in the minivan and bring the kids. They've got the power, so they can get an RV drop, and the wife and kids can have satellite TV and hot showers and all that good stuff. This is a good one. I'll head back to the truck now, but look at all the maps, check out the photos and stuff. Make up your own mind, but we happen to think that this is one of the very special properties in the upper echelon of properties that we've been lucky enough to have. So that's the property on the National Forest, county road frontage, electric line directly on it at Wild Turkey Valley here in the Ozarks.